I talk a lot about that line between pushing hard to your edge and then also being compassionate that you're human. Um, and I'm being handed like a lesson that's like such an interesting tale of that, right? So I am 50. I turned 50 in August, and I turned 50 in the best shape of my entire life. I had like my workout down to a T. I was like, it felt really good, it felt really good. And since then, I've altered my training regimen because I am climbing a mountain in July. So I needed to incorporate a lot more strength training. I tend to be a bit of a cardio queen. So my body is changing shape. I'm getting stronger, but I am heavier and I am not as lean. And that's really, really hard to look at, especially when I think about how hard I work. And it also could be that I'm at an age where you have to work twice as hard to just maintain as opposed to gain, or stay lean or stay cut or whatever. So this is a beautiful lesson, and it really ties up what I've kind of been going through about my beauty comes from the outside in. I don't need to seek attention. I don't, right? So if I don't need to seek attention, my appearance doesn't need to be something that I rely on and doesn't need to be like my primary marker in the world. However, I do work really hard to be fit. And so having this lesson of kind of feeling at the moment that no matter how hard I work, I'm getting a little older, and that's showing up for me is really hard to face. And it goes along with like that feeling of invisibility, right? As you get older as a woman, it doesn't matter, like you're just not as young as you used to be, and the way you are perceived is different. Now, the beauty in that is that you don't fucking give a fuck, right? You are who you are at that point. You're more comfortable in your skin than you ever were before. Like, I am completely not one of those people who's like, oh, I wish I was in my 20s. I don't at all. I was such a fucking disaster. And like all that youth and beauty and ripeness that I had, I squandered it because I didn't know any better. So I'm so much more fulfilled and happy and joyous at this age. But what goes with that is the reality of aging. So I do everything that I can to mitigate that. I certainly don't feel my numerical age. Like I still go dancing like a complete maniac. Obviously COVID has kind of put a little bit of a damper on the, and winter on my outside activities as they used to be. But I guess what I wanted to offer you today is sometimes the beautiful lessons that we get are hard to learn and look at, but that doesn't mean that they're not really powerful. And that when you are feeling stuck in something and resentful in something, take a minute, let it show you what it's teaching you. You can still growl a little, you can still bitch and moan a little. But as long as you can extract the wisdom, you're fine. So, what I'm going to probably have to do is start doing 2 a days, to get back to where I was, which is fine. It's fine. It's just, it's all effort. We're all given the same 24 hours. It's what you decide to do with them. And, I feel things through my body. I need to keep the instrument of my body as intact and as fit as possible because it is part of my instrument, it's part of who I am. It's part of it's obviously it's the medium for all of us to be in this world, but it's how I really listen and hear. It's how I come to understand and appreciate. It's how I feel my own internal energy move through me. It's how I celebrate the glory of sex. Like I really am someone who is incredibly embodied and lives in her body. So, to not have my body the way that I want it, like just a little bit of a bitch fest. But grateful for the lesson because you know what? My insides are even better. So I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow.